Hey y'all. So I just wanted to just spread light and talk about building after failure. And I'm gonna be looking at my phone a bit. That's my notes that I want to look over, and I just want to make sure that I'm touching every point in the video. But I gotta go to the word for a second. So just bear with me, because God didn't leave us out here with no hope. He didn't leave us out here with nothing to call on, with nothing to revert back to, with nothing to just help us in a place of grief. So I want to read this scripture that's in Proverbs. It says, "The righteous may fall 7 times, but they rise again." And I just want to know, did you catch that? Did you catch that? It didn't say you might fall. It said you will fall. But what matters is getting back up and rising again every single time. So I wrote here and I said, failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's a classroom. It's God's way of teaching us, refining us, and sometimes even redirecting us. Sis, He's setting you up for a comeback that's bigger than the setback. So just hold on. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. He's setting you up for a comeback that's bigger than the setback. So the comeback is going to be bigger than what you lost. The comeback is going to be more than what you lost. The setback is going to be less than the comeback. I just wanted to just let you all know that part. But right here I also I just wanted to touch on the things that I've learned about failure. So it doesn't define you unless you let it. Instead of asking why this is happening to me, start asking, what is this teaching me? Because girl, in Romans 8:28 it says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him." That means even in your darkest moments, He's working it out for you, for your good. Okay? So even when you experience in dark times, even when the math is not mathing to you, God is working behind the scenes for your greater good. Just because you lost something, just because you fell in at a specific thing that you're trying to do, that doesn't mean God is not with you. That just means rejection is a blessing. So the setback is going to be bigger. Your comeback is going to be bigger than your setback. Rejection is a blessing. Don't look at rejection as you failing, or they don't like me, or it's me. No. Sometimes your rejection is God stepping in and saying that, hey, this is not for you, but I got something bigger for you. Just because God steps in and He take away the things that you thought you were supposed to have, that doesn't mean that you on the strongest soldier list or none of that crazy stuff social media be saying. No, rejection is a blessing. Sometimes it takes Him stepping in and removing the things that you thought was a blessing to you before you go up into a hiccup and a spiral of downhill to where you can't even get back up yourself. So I just wanted to say this, and I wanted to let you all know to give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. Sometimes it's not you. You are not the problem. You are not the creator of your story. God is. So when you're trying to figure out certain things, and when you're trying to be in control of where you go or your plans, sometimes God gonna step in and redirect you. But redirection is a blessing. Rejection is a blessing. It's all a blessing. God can see things that you can't see. So by Him stepping in, taking away a certain things, that doesn't mean that you have failed at a specific task that you're trying to reach. No, that's just God redirection into a bigger blessing. Your setback, your loss, your setbacks, all of that teaches you perseverance. Perseverance is the testings of your faith, basically. You have to learn perseverance in order to get what God has for you. It's the testing of your faith. The Bible is basically saying that yes, you're going to experience trial. Yes, you're going to experience delay. Yes, you're going to experience setbacks. Yes, life is life. And yes, life is hard. Yes, life is crazy. Yes, you're going to experience all of that and more. But it teaches you perseverance so that you may be mature, complete, not lacking anything when your time comes. So if you have the faith of a mustard seed in the midst of trials, delays, setbacks, and you able to persevere through the trials and understand that this is just testing my faith, and stay in a positive mindset and stay in an abundant mindset, you will reap the benefits that God has for you. Let me go back to the Bible. Let me go back to it. So this is the thing that I've learned about failure. I also learned that failure does not define you unless you let it. Okay? Instead of asking why this is happening to me, start asking, what is this teaching me? Because, girl, Romans 8:28 says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. That means even in your darkest moment, he's working it out for your good. He's telling you to cast all your worries, cast all your fears, cast your anxieties, cast any problems that you are experiencing onto him, because even in your darkest moment, he is working out for your greater good. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to have control. You don't have to know your next move. You don't have to know any of that. Why? Because God is working it out for you. Surrender to the unknown. It's a whole book to reassure you of his presence, to reassure you of the love that he has for you, the unconditional love that he has for you. He wants you to be fruitful and multiply. He wants you to get a better life. He wants that for you. Surrender. Surrender to the unknown. Surrender to not knowing. Surrender to him. Cast all your worries, your fears, your anxieties onto him. Let him do the worrying while you sit back and you just relax. Now, I'm not saying don't do anything, because even God don't even like a lazy person, okay? So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying surrender. I'm saying surrender. It's okay for you not to know certain things. It's okay for you not to have control over certain people or certain outcomes. It's okay. God have it. And when God have certain control over certain things, nobody can mess with you. Nobody can mess with you, because even in your darkest days, he's near you. It says in the Bible that he's closest to the brokenhearted. He's close to you. No matter what level you come to him at, no matter what level you present to him, he's going to meet you there. He's going to meet you halfway. He's going to protect you. He's going to guide you. He's going to do the unknown. Okay? Let me go back. Let me pull up this again. Let's go back. Let's go back here. And baby, whether it's a failed relationship, a business, an idea that flopped, just feeling like you falling behind in life or it's tough, but just, hey, let me remind you of something that's very powerful. Failure isn't final, okay? It's just part of the process. That's just part of the process. You have to fail to get where you want to go. You have to fail to experience success. You have to. You have to. And this is why failure is mandatory in order to reach success. Let me read this. Okay, so it says, consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. The Bible is saying perseverance have to finish its work so that you may be mature, complete, not lacking anything. Let's look up perseverance. Perseverance is the act of continuing to try to do something even when it's difficult or takes a long time. The Bible says, perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Google says the act of continuing to try to do something even when it's difficult or takes a long time. Basically, No matter if it's 5 months, no matter if it's 6 months, no matter if it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, continue to do it. Continue to do it. Let perseverance finish. Continue. Continue, continue, continue. No matter how long it is, continue to do it. Because perseverance have to finish so you may be complete, mature, and not lacking anything. You had to go through the things that you are experiencing so that you may be complete, mature, and not lacking anything. You had to release that relationship. You had to let go of that family member. You had to let go of that friend. You had to distance yourself a little bit to get where you need to go in life. You had to, just so you may be complete, mature, and not lacking anything. So when you get to the place that God have for you, you are mature, complete, and you're not lacking anything. That means you are able to maintain. You are able to maintain. And when you are able to maintain, when people start coming in your life, they able to get the abundance that you give off. It's a blessing connecting to you. It's some people that come near you, that come around you, that comes in your energy. It's some type of abundance that they gain. Okay? It's okay to rebuild after failure. I had to do it multiple times. So many business ideas that I had to stop. So many ideas that I came up with that I never pursued. So many thoughts that I had that I thought I was going to be doing a certain thing, or I thought I was going to be this certain person. So many things and visions that I had to let go of and just surrender to the unknown to get what God has for me. Stop trying to control your outcome so God can get you where you need to be. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. My goodness. So when you down and out, when you on your last thought, your last leg, your last dollar, He gives power to the weary and He gives strength to the weak. No matter what, how, when, who, whatever way you show up to Him, He gives power to the weary, strength to the weak. God is closest to the brokenhearted. He's near you. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is call unto Him and surrender. Because once you call unto Him, once you ask Him for the strength, once you ask Him for the mental clarity, once you ask Him for the what's the word? Oh, I use it all the time. I can't figure the word out right now. It starts with a D. Once you I can't remember it. Oh my God. I cannot remember it. But once you call on to God, once you call on to your Father in heaven, you have to release. You have to release and trust in Him. God said all you need is faith as a mustard seed. He's not even requiring much from you. He wants you to have faith that's this big. If you just have just a little bit, this much, He will take that and turn it into something grand for you. He will turn it into something major for you. He's just asking you to come with this much, and He will do this much. He's just asking you to come with a little. If you just have faith this much, He will do this much. Okay? It's okay to rebuild, start over. That's part of the process. That's part of the journey. That's part of it. And once you go through that, once you learn and master perseverance, it teaches you. You gain the experience and knowledge that you need to keep going. So when certain things happen, it's like, oh, okay, I went through this already. I know God got me. I went through this already. I seen this. Now I know not to do this. Now I know to do this a certain way. Now I know to do this again. Once you master perseverance, once you master faith, once you master surrendering, God will open doors that you never thought could open for you, your family, and everyone around you. Okay? I need you all to like, comment, subscribe, And just leave me a comment in a chat box and let me know what you're going to surrender to. Let me know, because I'm surrendering to the unknown. What are you surrendering to? Bye.